Sargi, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us, Sargi, a little bit about your role at Havas.
My role at Havas is to be a helper. And what we mean by that is I oversee the digital strategy, innovation, and investments at the Havas Group for North America. As a fundamental layer of that is to work across the client teams as well as our internal capability and specialist teams to create digital capability level solutions.
So it's an interesting time in the industry for us to be having this conversation. So much change, so many things going on. Tell us from your chair at Havas what you're seeing and how you guys are reacting to it.
As you mentioned, there is so much going on. There is an entire realization that media has a larger role to play within the business impact of any industry. And that evolution has started to become a norm now. And that's the one thing that I would say is the macro theme that has a lot of subsets coming out of it. Whether you see focus on data, focus on artificial intelligence, focus on more innovation, focus on technology and media working together. Ultimately, I see it's all about making smarter and better decisions that have a result on the business impact, not just a new creative platform or not just a media cost efficiency.
CMOs are being charged with driving revenue more and more, right, across corporate America. Do you think the mobile device is also sort of getting us toward those business outcomes just because of the capabilities of it?
Yes, definitely. Innovation in the technology industry, I think, has almost fast-tracked a lot of that momentum. To your point, CMOs are being held responsible for more business results. Chief technology officers are held responsible for more business strategy. Chief innovation officers are being held responsible for more overall business growth. Everybody's role is getting interconnected and interdependent in some way, shape, or form. Ultimately, people are starting to realize that it truly does take a village to make a success out of any business. And that is fostering a spirit of collaboration, a spirit of connecting the dots.
With all of this data that we have and all these insights, and as good as we think we are, attribution is still the hardest thing in the industry, isn't it? We don't really know what caused somebody to buy that can of soda.
When we at Havas start working with our clients, we start with the lens of, well, what's the total business impact we are trying to create? And then focusing on not just what media channels are right for it, but what is the data and technology stack that we are working with? What is that setup that we need to tap into? What are the gaps? What are the advantages? What are things that we need to factor in? And from there, start defining a more holistic measurement approach from an attribution standpoint.
What are some of the things that clients are coming to you asking about that you never heard before?
I think some of the questions always remain fundamental. What would it take to deliver impact to my business? The answer to that question has become more and more complex. Some of the things that we are also observing is the openness to that there is no one answer that's the right answer. And I think that willingness to learn, to test, to innovate, to fail, to be fast-tracked, to be agile, that openness is very palpable now. And everybody is willing to collaborate, partner, and that's, I think, a fundamental change.
What is a great brand experience in 2018?
It's when it doesn't sound like it's a brand, when it sounds like it's a person. It's someone I know, someone who knows me and has the context of who I am as a person, but my behaviors, my mindset, my preferences, but also the respect of someone truly responsible for my personal information.
So authenticity.
Authenticity.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.